Okay, now, our lesson today is going to be solving equations with variables. We did 2 of them before now, so now I think some of you guys can tell me exactly how to work ourselves through this problem. Okay? Now, the first one I want to do is, let's say, 34 equals b minus, no, I'll say plus 12. So 34 equals b plus 12. What's the variable in this equation? Annika? B. So I'm going to write it down. B is the variable. Okay. The next thing what I want to do is I have b on one side of the equal sign, and I have numbers on both sides of the equal sign. I want to get b by itself on one side of the equal sign. So there's the variable, in this case b is on one side, and all my numbers are on the other side. That's what I want to do. When I do that, I will find out what b is. So I want to get b by itself on one side of the equation. And how do I get b by itself? I have to use these certain kinds of operations. What are they called? What are they called? David? Yes, use inverse operations. Okay? Now, remember, inverse operations, it's easy to think of as the opposite operation. Okay, so if I have plus on this side, what's the inverse operation of addition? If I have a plus sign over here, what's the inverse operation of addition? The opposite of addition is what?
Subtraction.
It's subtraction. So I have 34 equals b plus 12. If I have b plus 12, I have a plus sign on this side. What's the inverse operation? What am I going to need to do to get b by itself?
12 plus 12?
No, if I already have plus, I can't do plus again. That's not inverse. Jacob.
It's subtraction.
So what am I going to subtract?
12.
So I'm going to subtract 12. Am I done?
No.
What else do I have to do?
Then you subtract 12 and minus 12.
Well, I have 12 minus 12, but what else? I'm not done setting it up yet.
34 minus 12?
34 minus 12, because it's an equation. Remember when we had the scale that's balanced? Whatever I do on one side, I have to do on the other side too. If I take away 12 from this side, I have to take away 12 from the other side. So 12 take away 12 is 0. 34 take away 12 is 22. 22 equals b plus 0. And do we need this plus 0 over here?
No.
Do we? No. So b equals 22. Okay? So I'm going to put something down here just to help us out. Use inverse operations on both sides of the equal sign. Okay, I'm going to underline this part because it's super important. You have to make sure that if we take away 12 on one side, we have to take away 12 on the other side too. Okay? We have to do the same thing on one side of the equal sign as the other. Otherwise, it's like our scale. If I have my little scale here, I'm going to draw one. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, here's my scale. Make this one here too. And if I have 3 balls that are the same size and 3 balls that are the same size, guess what? The scale is gonna stay in the middle. But if I take away 1 from this side, what do I have to do to this side to make it stay the same? Natalie.
Take away 1.
You have to take away 1 too. Okay? I have to keep things the same. Whatever I do on one side, I have to do the same on the other side. That's what an equation's all about. Okay? Keeping things equal. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. And then finally, I am going to substitute my variable in the original equation. Okay. So when I have 22, I'm going to put 22 back up here in my B. So I'm going to go 34 equals 22 plus 12. Okay. And I'll stack them up just to make sure. 2 plus 2 is 4. 1 plus 2 is 3. Is it the same? Sure is. So that's how I know my answer up here is right. Okay. Now before we go on, I want to try one more with you, or do one more with you. This time it's going to have subtraction. Okay. Let's say n minus 9 equals 14. Okay. Who can raise their hand and tell me what the variable is on this one? Okay. Jonah. N. Now, I have to get n by itself, remember? Get the b, or in this case the n, by itself on one side of the equation. So if I have n minus 9 plus 14, what do I have to do to this to make it by itself? Can I just move the minus 9 over here and say, oh, n equals 14 minus 9? I have to use what? What do I have to use? Josh.
You have to use the inverse operation.
Yes, so what's the inverse operation of minus 9? It's going to be what? Addition. So what am I going to add to this side?
You're going to add 9 plus 9.
Yeah, I'm going to add 9. I have a negative 9 plus 9. And if I add 9 to one side, what am I going to add to the other side? Jacob.
9.
Yeah, remember, whatever you do on one side, you have to do on the other side. So my n comes down here, and negative 9 and positive. Remember, if they're the opposites, that just equals 0, doesn't it? So plus 0 equals, what's 14 plus 9? What's 14 plus 9? Andre, what's 14 plus 9? Takes us back to about 1st or 2nd grade.
23.
23, yeah. So do we need this plus 0? Does it mean anything to us? No. N equals 23. So I'm going to plug it back in now just to make sure. 23 minus 9 equals 14. Let's see if that's right. 23 minus 9. Well, can't do that. I have to regroup. 1 left. Now I have 13. 13 take away 9 is 4. 1 take away 0 is 1. 14. Okay. Now remember, whatever I do on one side of the equal sign, I have to do the same thing. So when I got to after this part, and I said, well, what do I need to do on this side? I should have had all 34 hands raised. Okay? Because whatever you do on one side, you do the exact same thing on the other side. Okay?